We all know the iconic story of The Wizard of Oz, but just beyond the yellow brick road there is a much darker tale. Not wicked dark, like systematic discrimination behind the scenes dark. Judy Garland, future icon of the lavish golden era of Hollywood, took the role of evolving farm girl Dorothy Gale when she was just 17 years old. The role would just about define her career for the rest of her life, so was it worth it? According to the Los Angeles Times, Garland was paid $500 a week for playing the part over the course of 22 weeks. That's the equivalent to about $10,000 a week by today's standard, which isn't terrible. It's no Jennifer Aniston salary, but considering Technicolor film had just been invented, not terrible. But the scene starts to take shape when we compare Garland's earnings to those of her co-stars. Dorothy's dog Toto, who is present alongside her for the entirety of the film, made an especially decent wage. Well, for a Cairn Terrier at least. Terry the Terrier and her owner brought in $125 a week for the role. All that, and they never even asked her to speak. The Wizard of Oz employed more than 600 actors over 6 months of production, a total spectacle of scale. The ensemble of Munchkins, aka the citizens of vibrant Munchkin land in Oz's eastern region, made up about a sixth of the cast list. The actors who played these roles were all people with dwarfism, and unfortunately, this is where compensation on the Oz production takes a turn for the worse. Despite carrying singing and speaking roles in the film, the little people who played the Munchkins received less than half of Toto's salary, taking home only $50 a week. The saddest part is, that was as good as it got for actors with dwarfism in Hollywood at the time. Maybe it can be chalked up to a sign of the times, really unfortunate times. Remember how Garland was doing alright with $500 a week? Well, while Garland was the main star of the film and is present for every scene, she still made significantly less than the men who played Dorothy's companions, Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion. Of course, we know Hollywood has progressed quite a bit since the so-called Golden Age, but it doesn't change the fact that today there is still work to do when it comes to equal pay and representation. Little people continue to be marginalized in the entertainment industry and still have to advocate for themselves constantly. In the 1930s, just as today, little people were extremely limited in the screen roles offered to them. They were cast most often in mystical and magical roles, typically in the fantasy or horror genre. The typecast is extremely offensive, barring representation of people with dwarfism in the real world. While Oz did employ over 100 little people in the cast, the production only spurred offensive stereotypes. Some of the most well-circulated rumors about the filming of The Wizard of Oz involved the behavior of the little people on set. There was one even perpetuated by Garland herself, that the Munchkin actors were all, quote, little drunks.
And they got smashed every night, and they'd pick them up in butterfly nets.
Meanwhile, Jerry Marin, one of the singers of the Lollipop Guild, tells a much different story. In an interview with The Independent, he said of the Munchkin Land Ensemble, "There were a couple of kids from Germany who liked to drink beer. They got in a little trouble and wanted to meet the girls, but they were the only ones." In 1996, author and journalist Stephen Cox released a book titled The Munchkins of Oz. The book was meant to highlight the lives of the actors who played the famous characters. Along with terrible pay, most Munchkins weren't even individually credited in the film. Cox also explored the lives of some of the actors who continued to work in Hollywood, and the ones that left after just one gig. The film production highlighted the issues of generally limited work opportunities for little people, with so many willing to completely switch career paths for a few weeks, just to make a fraction of what other Oz ensemble actors made. Perhaps we can take small comfort in the fact that while Toto got more pay, it was the Munchkins that earned a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, per the Los Angeles Times. The single star recognizes all 124 little people that made history in MGM's 1939 film. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about the making of Hollywood classics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.